Hi there, how are you doing? Thank you very much for your time. Today I'll be sharing with you two anti-concepts of kingdom. I believe these are two beautiful concepts and very important that needs to be told. They are very important, but I also think that it is very difficult to apply them until you know its purpose. It's more like a medicine that needs to be explained to its patient explicitly on how it needs to be used and when it needs to be used. But I think when you need it, you'll really find the answers in what I'm telling you. So before I go in to tell you these two anti-concepts of kingdom, let's see the differences between a kingdom, an empire, and a dynasty. So a kingdom is basically a nation that is ruled by a monarch, so a king or a queen, and whatever they say is a law. And that's very important. Whatever they say is a law. And an empire is actually a bigger version of a kingdom. Here we have an emperor or an empress who rules nations and regions all together. So it's a bigger version of an emperor. So now you can see the British Empire ruled England, Scotland, Wales, North America, Australia, India, West Indies. Okay, so that is the British Empire. It's not just one place that they ruled a lot of places. And one beautiful thing is that the head of the kingdom may be here, whilst the nations and the regions may be other parts of the world. Yet still, they are able to hire governors or ambassadors or even kingdoms to take over those places, to take care of them. So they'll be there on their behalf and give them every information they need. So that's an empire. Whilst the dynasty is a series of rulers from the same family in a particular country. So you can think of the dynasty of China. That's very simple and I wouldn't go into deep, but just to give you an idea about what I'm about to talk about. So what are the two anti-concepts of kingdom? First and foremost, you need to know that in a kingdom, the wealth over there belongs to the king or the queen. Everything. So the land, the forest, the waters, everything belongs to them. And they only give it out for their own purpose, which means if they want something to be done, they are then going to give you something. So they're going to give it to you, somewhat to you, to handle it, to make their purpose happen for them. And that's very beautiful. The purpose of colonization, whereby a kingdom sees a particular territory, goes and rule over them and colonizes them for them to become their colony. So that place, that little territory becomes a colony to this kingdom, is to extend the nature, the influence of this kingdom over there on how they eat, the system, how they drive, everything. Okay, so I told you about the British Empire ruling England, Scotland, Wales, India. You go to these parts of the world and you're going to realize that there are a lot of things that are similar. Why? Because they were ruled by the same kingdom and there are a lot of things they have together. So as I said, in a kingdom, everything, all the wealth belongs to the monarch. That's the king or the queen. And whatever they say is final. And they only give out their wealth to accomplish their purposes. So in a kingdom, there's nothing like ownership. In a kingdom, there is really nothing like independence. So these two are the anti-concepts of kingdom: ownership and independence. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you got it. But even if you didn't understand anything, don't worry. When you need it, you will definitely know how to apply them.